Indiana Latino Expo Show.
Welcome everyone to our Access Participant Spotlight segment where we highlight the different career journeys of Latinx professionals in our city. My name is Fabio Yataco, co-founder of the Access Professional Leadership Program.
And I am Maria de Leon, a student at Butler University and Access alum, and we are your hosts for this monthly segment on the ILE show.
And today we have Chris ALVAREZ, 2020 Access participant. Bienvenido, Chris. We're excited to have you today on today's segment and get to know you a little bit better.
Yeah, thank you. I'm excited to be here.
Yeah, welcome, Chris. Today's topic will focus on Chris's career journey in marketing and communication. So we're excited.
Thank you, guys. Excited to be here.
For sure, man. So just to start off, para empezar, can you tell us a little bit about yourself, like where you were born, where you went to school, what you majored in, and where you're currently working at?
Yeah, so I was born in the bluegrass state of Kentucky, but then later moved to Mexico, where I lived there for 5 years, and then eventually came back. I started school here on the west side. I went to Pike High School. After that, I had plans to go to Ball State University for architecture, but then, life happens, and I decided to go to IUPUI, where I attended the Kelley School of Business. And originally I had gone to Kelley for supply chain, but with taking some marketing courses, I just fell in love with it. So I decided to double major in marketing and supply chain.
Nice. And so what's your position title now?
So I am currently the marketing manager for Newfields, and if you don't know what Newfields is, it's the the Indianapolis Museum of Art.
Nice. I'm sure you're very busy.
Yes, very.
Well, man, thanks for all that you do and for telling us a little bit about yourself. So curious to know, I'm sure you've been in Indianapolis for a while now. I remember you telling us you went to IUPUI. What made you interested in applying to the Access Leadership Program, and being in Indy, and what has been your biggest takeaway so far?
Yeah, so I think, part of the reason was one of my coworkers who I used to work with, Louisa Macer, she's actually an alum. She kind of talked to me about the program a little bit, and at the time I was, just feeling a little stuck and didn't know what I wanted to do with my career, like my future goals. So after her speaking to me, I just thought it would be a great opportunity for me to get more involved with the community and just be able to connect with other Latino professionals who I probably wouldn't have a chance to if it weren't for Access. So that was one of the main reasons why I decided to apply.
Awesome. Yeah, similar to you, one of the biggest reasons why I wanted to join Access was to get to know other Latino leaders here in our community. So my next question is, so you majored in marketing and supply chain management. So upon graduation, what careers have you been able to obtain, or what has your professional journey looked like, kind of leading up to your current position at Newfields?
Yeah, so I haven't really done much with my supply chain degree. It was something I did want to do, but decided to go the marketing route. And after graduation, I actually started in operations at Morales Group, and then eventually transitioned over to a digital marketing role. And I was there for 2 years. And then recently, about 3 months ago, with new opportunities, I was able to join the marketing team at Newfields. So I do also do part-time marketing work. So I'm the part-time social media coordinator at Mount Vernon High School. So I'm only there Tuesdays and Thursdays, but yeah.
Great. Well, we'll look forward to seeing you kind of get into your supply chain using that degree later on.
Yeah, let's hope so.
Yeah, man, for sure. So this year has been super crazy, right? With COVID and 2020. And as we begin to, reopen up again. But there was just so much. I often try to think back, and it seems like it kind of just flew. But thinking back to it, we saw how important our communities, it was for our communities to be informed, right? And one way that was through marketing communications. So in your perspective, what role does communications and marketing have when it comes to ensuring our communities have that access to information?
Yeah, I always say this, but I think marketing communications is essential for every business and organization. I think everybody needs it, and especially if you can do it well. So if you can effectively communicate a message and deliver that message in a way that people will understand it and receive it well, I think that's super important. And especially in today's climate, it's especially important now. And these messages can have a huge impact on a community, especially if the groups of people are sharing this message within their own community. That can create positive ideas and just have that information available for people that need it. So I think overall, it's super essential for an organization or business to have the right group of people in their marketing and communications team.
For sure, man. Especially like from an equity standpoint, right? And ensuring that if you want to reach those people, everybody, you have to ensure that your team reflects that, right? So that you can ensure that information is being processed and communicated.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and going off of that, I don't know if you've seen, but here locally in Indianapolis, we've seen news organizations such as IndyStar and Wish TV are beginning to expand and wanting to reach out to the Spanish-speaking audience. So how do you see the future of news and media organizations, or even just other like companies and organizations continuing that effort, and why do you believe it is an important priority?
Yeah, so I think it's amazing that these two organizations are like starting to expand their efforts to reach the Spanish-speaking community. And I honestly do think that people or other organizations will follow the trend, especially because once they see the huge impact that the Spanish-speaking community will have on these organizations, I think people will notice and they will, hop on the train and hopefully try to, expand their own efforts in, reaching these communities. And I also think it's super important to have all these different groups or organizations continue to do or to push for more representation of different groups so that they can close the gaps within, communications and how people are receiving messages. Because I do think that some people don't have the resources or don't know where to find information. So I think having more information available will be very beneficial for sure.
Definitely. Yeah, man. I think especially when it comes to access, like, I think communications and access, there's a correlation there, especially for language access, to your point of there's a lot of people that don't have a lot of information or, access to that information. And, shout out to your mentor, Tiffany. She's doing great work around that. I think we all know Tiffany. Yes. And the amazing work that she's been able to do and continues to do. So I think, there is definitely more to say about, more conversations to be had about, about equity and about marketing and about communications and about access, and especially when it comes around language accessibility, right? So, Chris, thank you so much for joining us today, man, and sharing us a little bit more, giving us more insight on this world of communications. Any last thoughts? I'm just curious to hear any thoughts on, young individuals that might be graduating high school or graduating college about this world of marketing communications. Like, where do you see the future of it? Or what words of encouragement do you have for them?
I think I would say just go for it. I think, especially in marketing, it's I want to say not super difficult to find a job that you love. So just go for it. I know a lot of different organizations need more representation and more diversity in their marketing groups. So luckily I was able to get my job at Newfields because of my background. So, you know, some of these places might seem like they're not attainable, or you won't be able to get a job there. But I think if you just are willing to try and, you know, share your ideas and thoughts, I think that can go a long way. So yeah, I would say, you know, just go for it.
Chris, thank you so much for joining us today, man. It's been great getting to know you a little bit more. And thank you everyone for tuning in. For those of you who tune in monthly, we appreciate your support, and it's always appreciated. Next month, we will be going over how to become a lawyer with Adrian Ariano. So don't forget to subscribe to the Indian Latino Expo YouTube channel and follow us on Instagram and Facebook.
Yes, muchas gracias a todos por acompañarnos hoy, como siempre, y para poder compartir estos videos a sus hijos, familia y amigos, por favor síganos en YouTube, Instagram y Facebook.
Indiana Latino Expo Show.